Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're back, and if you are back, hello, thank you, I appreciate you. On a spiritual level, I have much appreciation for you. Anyways, so today's video is going to be a Sephora VIB sale. Well, I think it's called the Holiday Savings Event. And it's going to be my wish list, so what's on my loves list right now that I'm looking at grabbing, and then a couple recommendations. So I have 8 things on my loves list, and I have 10 recommendations. And yeah, if you don't know who I am, my name is Zeev. I'm a makeup obsessed college student in North Carolina, which is in the US. And whether this is your first video or your second, welcome, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, like, do all the things that are needed, and don't mind my awkwardness. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So let's start with my loves list. If you see me looking in this direction, it's because 'tis where my computer is with my loves list. And when we get to the recommendations, I'm gonna look this way because that's where my recommendations list is. So the first thing on my loves list is the Fenty Beauty Glossy Posse Mini Gloss Bomb Set Holo Days Edition. So there's 4 mini gloss bombs in like a cute little set. They had it last year, and I didn't get it last year because some of the colors just weren't for me. But I do have 2 of her gloss bombs, and I love the formula. They're creamy, but they're not like, they're not like, and I just think they're really good. So I wanted to pick up, I have, if you could see right, that is my makeup storage over there, which I will do collection videos coming very soon. So leave me a comment down below if that's something you want to see. But I think, with all of the glosses that I have in my collection, I don't need a ton of full-size products. So for me, I think it's better to get the 4 mini ones because I can try different shades, and I still love the formula, and I already know that I love the formula. But if you're new to the formula, it's a great way to try it. Although it is $36, so it might be more worth it to just pick up one shade and see if you like the formula instead of picking up a set of 4, because if you don't like the formula, then you have 4 minis and instead of just one like regular size one. So I would kind of see if that's what you want, but I think it's a really good deal for $36 for 4. That's what, $9 a gloss, and for a mini gloss, I think that's a really good deal. And with 4 different shades, I can try them out and see what I think. Oh, before we do that, I'm going to pop up a picture over here of what I'm talking about so you guys can see it with the price and any shades. And I'll also list them down below. One more thing, I did this look for my IGTV. It'll be up, either already up or up at some point. And if it's already up, I will link it down below, but my Instagram is always linked down below, so you can follow me on there. All right, so the second thing is the Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity Luxe Quad in the shade Risque Rose. I'm a little on the fence about this one. I was watching Tara Lynn here on YouTube. I'll link her down below. She's amazing. Her reviews are literally fabulous, and she goes very in depth, and she did a couple looks using the Risque Rose Celestial Divinity Quad from Pat McGrath, and she was kind of hesitant about it as well, which is what's making me kind of hesitant about it. So that's, I don't know, that one's I'm kind of like looking at, but hemming and hawing over. The main reason I want it, honestly, is the two top shades, that pink, like the hot pink, and then that like bluey silver whatever color that is in the top right. Like, stunning, can't handle it, need it in my life. But I also, like, none of them are special shades, so it's like $58 for just 4 shades. So there's definitely a couple things holding me back from picking up this, but it is on my loves list because I think it's adorable. The third thing on my list is also from Pat McGrath, and it is the Fetish Eyes Lengthening Mascara. And I've heard some good things. I would only use it on my top lashes because, you know, if you saw my video, my first video, I mentioned that I like to wear certain, like, different mascaras on my bottom lashes just because I have small eyes, and like getting right there, like I feel like if I tried to use any like just random mascara on my lower lash line, it would get everywhere, it would be a total mess, and it would not be cute. So that's why I would just use it for my upper lashes. But I've heard really good things, and I just want to try it. I love trying new mascaras. Let me know if you want, like, side-by-sides with a bunch of mascaras. I could do, like, you know, one mascara on this eye, one mascara on this eye, and then the next day one on this one on this one, and I can, like, take you guys through all of the mascaras in my collection. I do have a lot. Some are minis and some are full-size, but I do have probably 15 or 20 mascaras, some high-end, some drugstore, not a lot of drugstore, but mainly high-end. So let me know if that's something you want to see. If you do have anything you want to see, just comment it down below, and I love getting your feedback and your ideas on videos, and it would really help me because I want to make the content, you know, that I love, but also that you guys will like. So let me know if there's something specific you want to see. Like I mentioned, I will be doing a collection video. That's probably going to be my next videos. So those will be coming soon. But otherwise, if there's anything else you want to see, let me know. Okay. The fourth, I think we're at 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Fourth thing on my list is the Lancome, I'm going to mispronounce this, Le Absolu Rouge Ruby Cream Lipstick. And I have plenty of lipstick, as you'll see, but this is $32. And my thing is, the reason I want this is because of the packaging. I mean, the shade's beautiful, and like the bullet is beautiful, but the packaging where you have to like click the bottom to open the, like, I want that. I need that in my life, and I feel like this is the only way to get it. Am I going to spend $32 on a lipstick just for the packaging? Maybe. We'll see. But, you know, I've heard good things about the formula. They have, let's see how many shades they have. 11 shades. They do have a bunch of other formulas. But this bullet, like, it'll be, you know, up here on the screen, but this bullet is insane. And then, yeah, the packaging, the fact that you have to like push a button at the bottom to like pop out the part where you pull from. I need it. Okay. But that's like on my if I have some extra cash list. Some of these things are limited edition, so they're like higher up on my list of what I would get. So like the two things I'm going to talk about next say limited edition, but everybody's just kind of like, are they really limited edition? And then like the Glossy Posse set and the Celestial Divinity Luxe Quad from Pat McGrath, those are also like holiday ones, so those are like higher up on my list to pick up than some of the other stuff. So I will probably go for the things that are limited edition before I go for the things that are always there, because they're always there and I can get them next year, I can get them in 2 years, you know. I have time to pick them up, so I'd rather get stuff that I don't have time to pick up. So the next two things, which I think are 5 and 6, are the same thing, just in different shades. And these are the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette. So I want the rose gold and the pure gold. So I'll put up 2 pictures up here with the different shades. And they're $45 each, which is like, honestly, why I haven't picked them up yet. But I feel like I can make at least 3 shades in the rose gold work and 2 or 3 shades in the pure gold work. And honestly, I think they're gorgeous. They do say limited edition, but so do the 001 and 002 that they have, which is 001 is universal and 002 is glitz. And those 2 say limited edition, but they've been up for a really long time, so everybody's kind of confused about that. But so that's why, like, we don't really know if it's limited edition or not. But as of right now, I'm gonna go with the fact that they are limited edition, and that is why I want to grab them like now during the VIB sale. So I'm probably gonna pick them up, probably both of them. The 001, like, I'll pop up a picture on the screen, because, I mean, it's not a bad quad. It's just not shades that I can really work with. I feel like I can use the first shade in the palette, and then I can mix the first and second, but that's, like, the only thing I can use. And I don't really use, like, shimmery blushes or shimmery bronzers, so, like, the 2 bottom ones just wouldn't work. And then 002, Babs Beauty here on YouTube didn't like the formula. She said it was different, and the colors just didn't really do anything for me. But I have heard that the formula of these, the rose gold, the pure gold, and the copper gold, which is like for deeper skin tones, I've heard that it's the same as the universal palette. So I'm definitely hardcore eyeing these ones, and they'll probably end up in my basket. So these last 2 things are both from Hourglass, and I'm probably, these 2 aren't limited edition, so again, they're on my list, but they're lower on my list just because I can pick them up anytime. So the first one is the Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extensions Lengthening Mascara. It's $29. I've been eyeing this since it came out. I do have a lot of mascaras, as I mentioned, so that's kind of why I haven't picked it up. But then Samantha March here on YouTube did a video ranking all of the new mascaras that have come out recently. And I think this one was number 1 or number 2. I think it was between the Hourglass one and then the Marc Jacobs At Lashed. And I think this one was number 1. And that's kind of why I wanted to pick it up. But I also really like the brush. I feel like it's a good brush for both upper and lower lashes. And that's kind of intriguing to me, because as I mentioned, I like to use specific, you know, brushes for my lower lashes. But if it's a good formula, then it works for upper and lower, then I'm all up in it. Like, I'm ready for it. So I'm definitely keeping my eye out on that one. But like I said, it's not limited edition, so it's not high up on my list. And the last thing on my list is, like I mentioned, also from Hourglass, and that is the Vanish Airbrush Concealer. This is $34, so it's pretty high up there in concealers, but I've heard you really don't need a lot of it. And, you know, I hear that about a lot of concealers, and some of them I disagree. Like, I don't use a lot of concealer in general, as you'll see in tutorials that I do or on my IG, which is linked down below. And so I don't really use that much concealer. So anyways, so like if people say that you need a little bit and then I use less than they use, then I'm literally going to use like a really small amount, which is why $34 is worth it, to me at least. And they have a really good shade range, and I've heard, you know, really good things, and I take a lot of people's recommendations as what they are, and I've heard really good things, so I'm like really open to trying it. And I also love concealer, again, as you'll see in my collection video. Concealer is a favorite thing of mine, although if I had to pick one thing that was my favorite, it would be highlighter. 100%. Like, look at this. Can you see that? Can you see that? This is the Jouer highlighter in Molten Gold, I think. Yeah. So, it's stunning. And highlighter is my favorite part. Okay. So that was everything on my loves list. As I mentioned, you know, the high priority things on the list are limited edition, and then some of them have been sitting in my basket for a couple months and might sit in my basket for a couple more months. Or I might buy them all now. Who knows? So let's move on to my recommendations for the Sephora Holiday Savings event. And I'm going to start with two things that are just really vague. Just things I recommend picking up during the sale, not necessarily a specific product. And then we'll get into about 8 specific products. So the first thing I want to talk about is mascaras. This is a perfect time to pick up mascaras, and especially like those sets that Sephora has. I've picked up, I think, one of those before, and then I got a full size, and it was like the price of the full size plus was the price of the full size mascara that you get with the kit is the price of the kit and the voucher. So that doesn't make any sense, does it? Ugh. So in the kit, which is about $29, I think, you get 4 or 5, depending on the kit, 4 or 5 sample size mascaras, and then a voucher for a full size mascara. And usually full size mascaras are about $25 to $30. As I mentioned, the Pat McGrath one's $30, but you won't see that in a set. So that one's not exactly what I mean. But just in general, mascaras are around like the upper $20 range. So you get 5 sample size mascaras pretty much for free. So I love those sets, but also just any mascara in general is a great thing to get during this time. You run through it pretty quickly, and you know, if you wear mascara every day, you're gonna run out pretty quickly. And some people like to follow the rules and throw away their mascara every 3 months. So now is a perfect time to stock up. So that's number 1 on my recommendations list. The second thing is also pretty vague, and that's restocking and getting your favorite products. So let's say you have a pretty normal person collection, not like me, and you use the same foundation every day. It's a perfect time to stock up on that foundation. And if you know you're going to use it all year long, or you know, like, you're gonna pick it up again in the spring VIB sale that they always do around April, then go ahead and like grab 1 or 2. Like, I don't know how often you go through your foundations, but you know, if you go through them really quickly, or you just want to have that backup, grab those favorite foundations, or grab your favorite brow product. Now is a perfect time to do that. You know, grab those things that you run through quickly and that you know you'll need in the next 6 months. Like, that's like, I think like my number 1 recommendation is just to restock on all of your favorite things and the things that you know you're going to run out of. So those are my two like vague recommendations. Now I'm going to get into about 8 products that I think are totally worth it. And these aren't like necessarily my favorite products or my number one product in that line. And I do have 2 concealers. You know, I don't have one of each each step in your routine or in my routine necessarily. I just have just things I would recommend, things that are a little pricier, so it's good to get them on sale. So let's go ahead and start with 2 from NARS. So the new Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I love it. I know it's been a little hit or miss for people, but it works really well on my skin. It's great coverage, and I don't have really anything bad to say about it. You know, if you have drier skin, I recommend a hydrating primer. Honestly, if you have oily skin, I'd recommend a hydrating primer. Just nothing too hydrating or else it'll like slip all over your face. But it has like that perfect balance between like a matte foundation and a natural foundation, which makes sense since it's a soft matte foundation. But, you know, I really think it's a great foundation, and it's probably, you know, if I didn't have it already, it'd be up on my list to pick up. And then the second thing from NARS I recommend is the Soft Matte Complete Concealer. And this one is, I mean, this concealer is beautiful. It covers literally everything. I wouldn't say you need a small amount. I use a fair amount, I would say. I don't use like a ton, but I don't use a little bit. Like the next product I'm going to talk about, I use like the smallest amount. And when I say the smallest amount, I mean like literally like deep, and then I put that on and it's like plenty. So I use a fair amount, but I wouldn't say that it's any like it doesn't go fast or anything like that. Like it stays for a really long time. So I definitely love that concealer, and it doesn't look dry on my under eyes, which is amazing because it's like supposedly a matte concealer foundation, really a matte concealer, but it doesn't look dry on my under eyes, which is definitely on the top of like what I look for. So this one is what I was saying when like you just and that's the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer. I just recently picked this up when Kevyn Aucoin was having a sale. I think I got it for like 20 or 25% off, so similar to what you can get now. And the first time I used it, so like right when I got it, I didn't have any makeup on that day, so I like grabbed a little bit, and this was like more than like the dip, but like I grabbed like a little bit and I like started blending it. I think it was on my face. I just like started rubbing it on my face, and it like covered my whole face, like the one little dip. And I was like, holy moly. It was holy moly. It was extremely full coverage, extremely pigmented, and it went like so far. Like it blended like into my whole like one side of my face, and I hadn't used that much. So then when I first tried it for the first time when I was like doing my makeup, I like literally went like this, and I had like, I don't know how to explain it, but like the smallest amount. When I say the small, I mean like the smallest amount, and it covered my entire under eyes. Like it was insane. And so, you know, and it's a pot concealer, so you don't need a lot, as I mentioned, and there's a lot in there. So, you know, it is, I think it's, let's look. So it's the concealer's $48, and you get 0.63 ounces or 18 grams. And that's a lot. Like when you get the pot, like it's not that big, but it's like this big. It's bigger than you think it is, and there's more product in there than you would probably ever use in your lifetime. So even though it's really expensive, I think it's the perfect time to get it because you get that discount for, you know, Rouge, VIB, and Beauty Insider, whatever you are. You get, you know, I think it's 20, 15, or 10% off. All the details about it will be in the description down below. I'll include like the dates and stuff. But in general, I think it's totally worth it. So the next thing on my list is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder. Setting powder. I don't know what it, like, I don't know the official name. But this is $45 or $46, but it's good. It's really good. And people go through it, and you'll see, like, Samantha March has hit pan, Tara Lynn has hit pan. Those are the two that are coming, you know, straight to my head. But people hit pan, but then the product sticks around for like a year after they've hit pan. So it's not really like one of those things you see people restocking because it lasts for a really long time. But when people run out, they restock. So it's like, it's a cult classic. Everybody has it. Not everybody. I got it very recently, and I actually don't use it that often. But when I do use it, it's a great product, and I think now is the perfect time to pick it up. It just smooths over your skin, makes it look very, well, airbrushed, and I just think it's a really good powder. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they added another shade for deeper skin tones, which is perfect. It's what we wanted. Thank you. Like, seriously, thank you. That's what we wanted. The next thing, we only have 4 more left. So the next thing on my list is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I have a travel size of this one, and I love it. I mean, it like locks and loads your makeup perfectly. I have up there, so up here is like my new in, and then the Beauty Bay Bright Mattes, which just doesn't fit in my drawers. But like right here is like my new in stuff. So let me know if you want to see like a haul of the stuff I've just recently got in. But right here is the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. I haven't tried it yet because I'm thinking of doing like a video trying it out and then doing like a wear test. So let me know if you want to see that. But I've heard that it pretty much does the same thing where it just like sticks your makeup to your face and it doesn't go anywhere. So I'm excited to try that, but I do recommend the Urban Decay All Nighter, and they have some good like sets. So you can get 2 regular sized ones for $42, or you can get a jumbo size also for $42. So I'm gonna look it up so I can show you guys what like your options are. Okay, so the standard size the standard size is 4 ounces, and then you could get the jumbo size for 8 ounces. So the standard size is 4 ounces for $33. Then you could get a jumbo size, which is 8 ounces, for $42. So $9 more, and you get double the product. So I highly recommend going for the $42 one. I know it's obviously more expensive than the standard size, but you get double the product for $9 more. Like, totally worth it. Highly recommend. And then you also get, you know, your discount off. So it's like the perfect time to pick it up. So the next thing I want to recommend is the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer. This one's a little tricky because it's on sale right now for $34, but the shade that most people get, which is 104 Tantastic, is out of stock. So I don't really know if that's going to come back in stock, but I actually have 102 Tantric. I have both 102 and 104. So 102 is Tantric, and that's in stock at $34. And then their deeper shade, which is 106 Tantalize, is $34 and still in stock. So if they bring back the 104, which is fantastic, which is the one most people get, or if you want to go for a different shade, which I highly recommend, there isn't that big of a difference between 102 and 104. Between 104 and 106, there's a pretty big difference, but between 102 and 104, there isn't a big difference. Here, actually, I'm going to grab it. This is 104 Tantastic, and this is 102 Tantric. So let me see if I can... So do you see that? There's the difference there. Not too much of a difference. I can't see the screen, so I don't know. But let's see. I feel like 102 is warmer than... Yeah. So that's the only big difference. This one's cooler toned and this one's warmer toned. But there isn't that much of a difference. So if you're cool with getting 102, or if you're, deep enough, if you have a deep enough skin tone, you can get 106. Or if they bring back 104, I highly recommend picking these up. They're huge. There's 25 grams of product in these. You're never going to run out unless you use it like every day for 6 years or something crazy. And then they're on sale for $34. Their normal price is $49. So $34 is like already a great deal. And then you get, your discount off. Highly recommend picking these up. So 2 more things on my list. The first thing is Pat McGrath palettes. We all know, or if you don't know, well, now you know, that Pat McGrath palettes are expensive. So the big mothership ones are $125, but they're insane quality. I have 2. I have the Mothership Divine Rose 2, which is Mothership 8, and I have the Mothership 5, which is Subliminal Bronze. And I love both of them. They're so pretty. And the thing about Pat McGrath palettes is those last 4 shades in the quad are like her special shades. And they're insane. Like, they're so pretty. It's ridiculous. And I like can't handle it sometimes because like I will literally pull them out just to stare at them. I won't even use it. I'll just stare at it. Like, I'll have no makeup on, but I'll just be like, hi, you're really pretty. Like, that was creepy, but that's what I would do, like, to these palettes. So if you can get 20% off, I don't know that I would pay, like, the $125 for this palette. I got 10% off the Divine Rose 2, which she always has like a 10% off going with new palettes coming in. So like with the new $78 one that she just released, which I'll put a picture up right here, she had a 10% off code for like the first day or 2 that it was out. So that's what I did with Divine Rose 2. And then she had a 20% off her entire site, and I got Subliminal Bronze 20% off. So I don't know that I would ever pay the $125 full on, but these are just beautiful palettes. So I highly recommend, if you've been eyeing one, to pick one up during this 20% off for Rouge. So it would be just whatever your discount is. Highly recommend. So the last thing I want to talk about is another cult classic. And that's the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I think it's beautiful. I think it looks amazing on your skin. I have one in my drawers back there. I also have the translucent glow, which is pretty much a loose highlighter. I would not use that as like a setting powder all over your face. It's more glowy than like the Hourglass Veil translucent powder, which has like a bit of a sheen, just a little bit. But the Laura Mercier glow it's a glow, like a real glow. So I wouldn't use that all over my face, but the regular translucent powder, an absolute favorite of mine. I don't know that it's like my favorite. I think I would have a hard time picking my favorite powder, but if you want to see like a full video of like my favorites in every collection, in every step. So like my favorite foundation, my favorite concealer, da 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 la la la. Let me know and I will do that. And I will pick a favorite powder. But if I had to pick like right this second, I don't know that I would say the Laura Mercier is my favorite, but it's really good. It's really, really good. And, you know, it's expensive. I think it's $39.50 or something like that. Let's look. 1 second. So it's $39. So it's pricey, but it's so worth it. So worth it. It's beautiful. And like I said with the with some of the other products earlier, if you only have like one type of each product in your collection, the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder is a perfect powder to have in your collection for every day or for the dramatic days or like whatever it is. It's a perfect powder. It's so versatile. You can, you know, just brush a small amount on for those every day, or you can pack it on with their puff, you know, whatever it is, you can get that, whatever you want from it. And, you know, like I said, $39, it's not cheap, but let's be real, barely anything on Sephora is cheap except for like the Inky List and the Ordinary, which are two skincare brands. So highly recommend picking up the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Highly recommend. So that's all of my what's on my loves list / wish list, whatever you want to call it, and the recommendations for what I would pick up during this Sephora sale. And comment down below what you think of my list. Do you recommend or not recommend some of the things that are on my list? What do you think's worth it? What's on your list? I want to know. Give me ideas because I don't have any money. Enable me. Please. Anyways, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, like, comment, share with friends, do what you gotta do. Give me some feedback down below. If you think I can change some things, let me know. I'm always down for some feedback and ways to improve. And I think my next videos are going to be my collection. So I will be splitting those up probably into a couple different videos to make sure they're not too long. So I'll see you guys then. And like I said, thank you for watching. I love you guys so much. Bye.